All right, we're back. Rage in a Cage, BamBam and Schwaggs. I'm your host, Frank BamBam Horak. He's Mikey Schwaggs.
And with us, as always, is our producer. He's got a couple announcements to make. Tough Tony, let's hear those announcements.
What's going on, guys?
Let's make it quick.
Just want to remind everybody again: Facebook, Twitter, Gmail account, all Rage in the Cage 6.
Rage in the Cage 6 at gmail.com.
Exactly.
Rage in the Cage 6, Twitter, Facebook. It's all the same.
We got it all.
Send us your questions and comments.
What are we about right now?
Oh, we got NFL free agency.
Bam.
Started at 4 p.m. What is it? 9:30. I'm gonna come over that table. And smash
Stop
your face in.
it, because you cannot do that.
Yes.
Just if you're gonna do that, play through the computer.
All right,
Let's go. Free
NFL
agency opened with a trade that nobody expected.
Didn't see it coming. No, absolutely not.
Miami traded their Pro Bowl receiver to Chicago for two third-round
picks.
I would have to say that is a great trade for Chicago.
Absolutely.
And
it's reunited with Jay Cutler. Now, when this trade first happened, there was speculation that the Dolphins were doing this to free up not only cap space, but roster space to then get Reggie Wayne and Pierre Garçon to entice Manning to come join them.
That's not
but
happening.
Since that's happened, that's not happening because now Garçon is signed with the Redskins.
And
now Reggie Wayne is still available.
But Payton's not going there.
I can't. Yeah, I personally, before today started, I thought Peyton Manning's best spot would have been the Dolphins. Because when you look at an aging quarterback who's looking to win a Super Bowl, you look at a couple of things. Left tackle, Dolphins got Jake Long, one of the best young left tackles in the game. Then you look at receivers, Brandon Marshall. Best is a great slot receiver. Then if you can add a Wayne or a Garçon, and plus Reggie Bush coming off a career year, Daniel Thomas' second year. They actually have a very good defense.
They have a great defense.
With Cameron Wake. They have some
Carlos Dansby. Yeah, they got a great defense.
So I thought personally that was the best fit, but not so much now.
Not so much anymore.
I don't really understand the Brandon Marshall. I mean, I know Brandon Marshall, a great talent on the field. Off the field, there's been a bunch of problems.
But when he came to Miami, he wasn't like that in Miami.
Well, apparently he was, I guess. I can't really understand why they did it.
Who do they have now? Who like if they wanted to get a quarterback to come from free agency and join their team, how are they going to entice him to join their team? Who's he going to throw the ball to? Anthony Fasano? Brian Hartline? Come on.
I mean,
let's be real now.
There's some guys there. But again,
let's be real.
Well, you still look at that free agent market, though, for receivers. I mean, you got Garçon's off now. Now, Vincent Jackson signed with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Yep, so he's off.
He's off. But there are some guys still out there. But again, when I look at Matt Flynn, he's probably going to be going to the Dolphins, get reunited with his offensive coordinator, who's now the head coach there, Feldman.
Well, supposedly, but who knows if that's even going to happen?
That makes the most sense to me, I would think. But, yeah, the Marshall trade, it had to be off-the-field issues. It had to be.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean,
the Bears make out great. Marshall gets reunited with Jay Cutler.
And his offensive coordinator from Denver.
Yes.
I mean, that's a great trade for Chicago. And just, I don't know what Miami's thinking at all. Let's get into Randy Moss.
Randy Moss signed with the 49ers.
He's back in the NFL.
He's back in. Jim Harbaugh was throwing the ball.
He must have thrown good.
He must have thrown good. Again.
Hey, Jim Harbaugh was no slouch. 14-time Pro Bowl. No, not 14-time Pro Bowl. He was a 14. Ah!
Goes to 2.
It came out.
Easy.
He was a 14-year quarterback. Yeah. Made the Pro Bowl once or twice.
But again, when you look at all the free agent receivers that are out there, Randy Moss, he had a horrible year, 2 years ago.
Oh, yeah. He was
out of football last year. I mean, they need receivers to help with Crabtree. Now, they lost Josh Morgan. He also went to the Redskins.
Yep.
Ted Ginn's a free agent. So who knows? They obviously needed receiving help to go with Vernon Davis.
Absolutely.
If they're going to bring back Alex Smith, which, he's still a free agent. But I think, you would think he's coming back to the 49ers.
Yeah, I think he's coming back. Now, I don't know how the Redskins are spending all this money. Didn't they get docked $36 million in cap space this year?
Well, it's 18 this year. They get split up. The Redskins got hit with 36, so 18 this year, 18 next. Cowboys got hit with 10, 5 this year.
And that gets spread out throughout the entire league.
All the rest of the league gets like a 1.6 million, I think.
Except the Titans.
Except for the Raiders and the Saints.
Yes, the Raiders and the Saints.
Also in that violation type thing.
But not as much major violations. Nobody really knows what they violated.
No, but the
supposedly it was like
union signed off on it. So.
Yeah, what I heard personally, it was like they were like kind of like frontlining money in the 2010 contract when they were under the no salary cap year. So that's what it was. They were fronting money that they didn't have technically.
Yeah.
And that's what it all came out to. Basically.
Well, as a Giant fan, It's always a good thing to see when the Cowboys and Redskins are getting penalized some cap space. So
Yes,
good.
it is. It's a great thing to see. And speaking of the Giants, nice
Yep.
little
Segue
into
there we
it.
go.
We got the Giants have re-signed their Pro Bowl cornerback Terrell Thomas to a
Coming off
4-year
his
deal.
second ACL injury, but I still think he's a solid. When he's healthy, he's the Giants' best
He vows to
cover
be-
cornerback.
And he vowed to be the same player he was before he got hurt
Yeah,
when he
so,
comes
well,
back.
Let's hope it is. I mean, a player could say one thing, but it's a big injury. But I absolutely think it was a good signing for the Giants. I thought they should have did it.
Yeah.
I'm glad to see Terrell Thomas
Yeah,
back.
the Giants were weak at cornerback.
Yeah. So now you look at their top three: Webster, Thomas, and Amukamara. Obviously,
Pretty good.
Re-signing Thomas means Ross is gone. Was also a free agent, which is fine. I mean, listen, Ross helped us win 2 Super Bowls, but now he's going to move on. Let's get into a little with Peyton Manning, though. We touched briefly on
Yes.
it.
The Payton
about the
sweepstakes.
Now, the Broncos now came out of nowhere.
Yeah,
a
where
couple
did
of
they come
days
from?
ago, I did not think they were. You had a chance with all the Tebow mania, all that stuff. But the fact is, John Fox, John Elway were not there when Tebow got drafted. They were. Not, you can tell
Yeah,
they're not fans
they don't
of
want Tebow.
They don't want Tebow. So I actually think, you look at Arizona with Fitzgerald, Wisenhunt, and Manning's our golf buddy. Look at that as an attractive place. The Titans are now jumping in.
And the
Obviously,
Titans
he went to Tennessee for his college, so that they have a chance. But I just look at the Broncos, though, as the big factor being John Elway.
Yes.
I mean, look, he's pretty much running things. He's a guy who knows what it's like to win 2 Super Bowls late in your career, to go out on top. And Peyton Manning, who's a student of the game, who
Nobody's
loves
got
the history of the NFL, has tremendous respect for John Elway.
Yes.
And again, saw what Elway did. End of his career, win the 2 Super Bowls, go out on top. I think that gives the Broncos a huge edge. And when you look at the Broncos, they have a solid offensive line. They have some couple of good young receivers with Eric Decker, Thomas. So, I mean, again, maybe they're not the most attractive, but, a decent defense, running game with McGahee. They're actually in decent cap space where they could go out and bring some parts in to help Peyton. So that's the front runner I personally think he's going to.
You got them as the front runner?
Which I would have never in a million years thought a couple of days ago. I thought it was Dolphins or Cardinals for my 2 teams. I think, though, if he'd rather stay in the AFC, and I think now with the Broncos, I think Elway just plays a huge factor. And plus, John Fox is a great coach. I mean, he took the Panthers to the Super Bowl with Jake Delhomme as his quarterback.
Yeah.
So
that's tough to do.
that absolutely factors into something. John Fox and coach, Elway run things, Hall of Fame quarterback. I think those ultimately will make Peyton go to Denver.
Well, with Peyton, we know how Peyton is. He's got a great work ethic, and the guy wants to win.
Absolutely.
He's gonna want to go to a team that's gonna want to play just like him. Have that heart to go out there every game and give it your all every game. Can the Broncos give that to him? Possibly.
And also, another thing you got to factor. You look at that division.
Yeah.
The
If
division's
he
very
goes to
winnable.
that division, if he chooses to go to any team in the AFC or NFC West, he could swing the power in each of those divisions.
Basically.
Easily.
I mean, the NFC West, though, the 49ers, though, still with that defense.
Yeah, they're pretty good.
It's still going to be very tough. But you look at that AFC West, the Chargers, the Raiders, the Chiefs, you all kind of just shrug your shoulders and say, yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
But that's a very winnable division, I think, at all.
Absolutely.
So that's another thing I think that factors in. Obviously, he wants to win. He's not coming back just to play football. He wants to win.
Yeah.
I think that's his best fit.
Yeah, and I think
The Cardinals, obviously, Larry Fitzgerald, arguably the best receiver in the game. But outside of Fitzgerald, what do they really have?
Exactly. Nobody.
Yeah, the running game with Beanie Wells is always hurt. So I think Denver is where he's going to end up.
I think the Titans are up there as the front runner too. Like you said before, Tennessee. That's where he played his college years, and they're also Tennessee's making this big push to get this guard Steve Hutchinson.
Yeah, one of the Pro Bowl guard, one of the.
And he's supposedly really good friends with Peyton. They become very good friends from their Pro Bowl days.
Another golf buddy of Peyton's.
And maybe signing Hutchinson could entice Manning to want to come and play there.
It's possible. Listen, you got Kenny Britt coming back.
Kenny Britt coming
You got
back.
Chris Johnson.
Nate Washington.
And again, you look at that division. Colts are no good. They're going to rebuild. Jaguars are no good. You got Houston. That's about it.
And Houston already claimed that they have no interest in signing Manning. They want to go forward with Schwab.
And that's a place that Manning was interested in going to.
Yeah, he really wanted to go to
Manning
Houston.
can't put that out there, but Houston, to their credit, though.
What I think Manning really wants is I think he wants to go back and he wants to beat Indy twice a year.
I can see that.
That's why I think the Titans.
That's why I think. Oh, that's another reason why I think he wants to stay in the AFC. Even though they left on good terms, the fact is they got the number 1 pick. They're basically telling Peyton, "Listen, you're old. Thank you for what you did, but see you later. We got this new kid coming in, we want to take him. That's got to, regardless if you leave on good terms.
That
or not,
hurts.
That's
got to
yeah,
hurt you.
You know, you're a prideful person.
Yeah.
That has to factor in.
I mean,
Well,
the guy he basically made that city what they were,
Yeah, well,
what they are.
He built that stadium. There's no question.
He really
about it.
did, and you know.
But it is a business. Listen, the guy's coming off 4 neck surgeries. The Colts have. It's not like the Colts have the 6th pick and they're reaching for a quarterback.
You're not going to pay somebody
the
$28 million when you don't know what's going to happen with his career. You're just not.
I understand it from both perspectives, but I think Manning though will stay in the AFC.
Also, another signing, Marcus Colston agreed to a new 5-year deal with the Saints,
which I figured was going to happen. I didn't think the Saints were going to want to let him go. I mean, injury-prone guy, but when he's healthy, Breeze's best receiver.
Plus, I just don't see him making any production in any other system besides the Saints.
Yeah,
he's not that type of receiver where he can burn you. As a deep threat.
Perfect fit for the Saints system.
Absolutely.
Along with Jimmy Graham and Lance Moore.
Jimmy Graham.
So, Meacham's a free agent. I don't think he's going to be coming back.
I'd like to see Meacham come to the Giants.
Free agent. He's one of the guys I wouldn't mind. But as far as receivers go with the Giants,
you say Carl Nix, the guard?
The guard is a free agent. I don't think the Saints are going to be able to bring him back.
He's pretty good. I would sign him.
He's very good, but
Pro Bowler.
Absolutely. As far as the Giants go, well, we're talking about the Giants. So one thing that the Texans made a surprise move, releasing Eric Winston, who's
really
shocked. It was very surprising. Supposedly trying to clear up some space, but started every game at right tackle for the last 5 years.
Pro Bowl.
Very good. And you look at the Giants losing Kareem McKenzie.
They could use a right tackle.
They could use a right tackle with Eric Winston. I know the Giants aren't in the greatest of cap space, but the 2 moves.
I think the Giants are actually like below cap space. I don't even think
they're in good cap space.
They're in good cap space
since releasing Jacobs. Eli restructured his deal. It's pretty much like last year. They're not. They can make one. They can make a few good moves, couple of moves. But the 2 moves that I would like to see, and then because I trust Jerry Reese in the draft, I'd like to get Eric Winston as your right tackle, and Curtis Lofton middle linebacker.
Oh, I like. I take Lofton as the middle linebacker. Those are 2 moves that I would make,
and then the rest you dress through the draft.
Yeah, and supposedly the Giants were looking at tight end Martellus Bennett. I don't know why. I'm not a fan of his.
Well, the Giants they like taking players from the Eagles, from the Redskins, from the Cowboys, and bringing them on the team. You see that all the time.
Yeah.
Antonio Pierce, Chris Canty. It has happened in the past. I personally.
The Giants could use a tight end.
They need a tight end. There's no question about it. Also, they could have a reunion with Kevin Boss.
I know. I just saw that.
He's got concussion issues coming off. Not a good season with Oakland. Only 28 catches.
He didn't really play that much.
He played in like 14 games, but he was limited though. Concussions is always a big, huge, especially with the NFL now.
Yeah, it's big.
So I would actually stay away from Boss. I personally would address the tight end situation through the draft.
Yeah, there's a couple of good tight ends. I like that kid from Georgia.
Orson Charles from Georgia.
He's
I like
really
Dwayne
good.
Allen from Clemson.
Mm-hmm.
Flenner from Stanford.
All right, one more free agent we didn't get to talk about, Mario Williams. Who's in the lead for the sweepstakes for Mario Williams?
Last I heard, the front runners, he was landing in Buffalo tonight.
Ooh,
so
Buffalo.
But again,
Buffalo Bills.
What a player does, though, is he makes a couple of visits to get his stock up. So that's what he could be doing. Who knows? I know Buffalo doesn't want him to leave without signing a contract. So who knows? Mario Williams to Buffalo is possible. I personally don't see it. What I see him doing, these are the 2 moves that the Patriots should do if I'm the Patriots. You sign Mario Williams. They're about $30 million under the cap. They have plenty of things to do stuff. 2 first-round draft picks also. Mario Williams, and then give up a first-round draft pick and get Mike Wallace. I don't like the Patriots, but if I'm the Patriots, those are 2 no-brainer moves.
You sound like a general manager over there.
The one thing the Patriots were lacking last year was a deep threat. You add Mike Wallace, there's your deep threat, then you add Mario Williams to that defense, and they have the assets to do it. They have 2 first-round picks, and they have a bunch of cap space.
All right, we're going to have to wrap this one up, Frank, unfortunately.
Plenty of NFL stuff to talk about.
But we got a lot more to talk about in the next show. We're going to keep you up to date with March Madness and free agency. Tune in to Rage in the Cage with Bam Bam and Schwaggs.